In previous classes, we studied about electric circuits, different appliances in electric circuits. When you switch on, bulb glows, you have an idea what is electric current, what are the applications of electric current. In this session, we are going to learn about what is electric current, which type of charge, positive or negative, flows through an electric wire when it is connected in an electric circuit. What is the evidence for the motion of charge? To understand this, you take a small activity, take an electric circuit and this battery, switch, bulb and connected wires made up of copper are connected. When you switch on, bulb glows. From this what we can understand? These copper connecting wires carries energy from battery to bulb. And now you remove the battery. Does the bulb glow? No. From this we can conclude that battery is the source for electric energy or current. Now you replace these copper wires with nylon wires. Attach battery. Does bulb glow? No. From this what we can conclude? Nylon wires are not able to carry energy from source to bulb. From this we can understand electric current is the flow of electric energy in form of charge through certain materials which are called conductors. Now the question is, why do all materials not act as conductors? How does a conductor transfer energy from source to bulb? To understand this, let us understand what is electric current. In 19th century, Drude and Lagrange, these two scientists, given an idea of flow of charge in a conductor. These conductors are like metals. They contain a large number of free electrons with fixed positive ions. These positive ions are not movable, only electrons are movable. The arrangement of these ions is called lattice. These free electrons, they are always randomly moving throughout the conductor. In this conductor, if I take a particular cross section, the number of charges which are moving from left to right is equal to number of charges moving from right to left. That is, the net charge flow in one direction is equal to net charge flow in another direction. So, number of charges moving from left to right is equal to number of charges moving from right to left. Hence, we can conclude net charge flow is zero. The ordered flow of the charge, that is flow of charge in one direction, is called electric current. Now, how it occurs? When this conductor connected in an electric circuit, all these electrons will move in one direction. This is the ordered motion of charge. This is called electric current. The amount of charge crossing any cross section of a conductor in 1 second is called electric current. Electric current is defined as electric current is nothing but electric charge in unit time, I equal to Q by T. This is the definition of electric current. We know that unit for charge is coulomb, unit for time is second. Coulomb per second is the unit for current. SI unit of current is ampere. 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb per second. That is, if 1 coulomb of charge passes through a conductor per unit cross section area in 1 second, then the current is 1 ampere. 1 coulomb charge. This is equal to how many electrons? We are discussing about motion of electrons. 1 electron charge is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This is 1 electron charge. So 1 coulomb charge means how many electrons? Yes, 6.625 into 10 power 18 electrons. For 1 coulomb charge, we required 6.625 into 10 power 18 electrons. So 1 ampere current means the passage of 6.625 into 10 power 18 electrons in 1 second. Now the question is, why do electrons move in specific direction? And which direction do electrons move? Do electrons accelerate continuously? Do they move with constant speed? To understand this, again we consider the motion of electron in conductor. This is conductor. In this conductor, electrons are moving randomly. When electric field is applied, due to this battery we applied an electric field. This is the direction of electric field. We know that these electrons are attracted by this positive terminal. So electrons will move in a direction opposite to electric field. Because of this electric field applied, the electrons move in a particular direction. The direction is opposite to the direction of electron field. In this process, because we applied electric field, the electrons are accelerated. Why? Because they experience some force due to electric field. But they collide with ions. They collide with each other. But we can assume that all these electrons move with a constant speed inside the conductor. Electrons move with a constant average speed, which is called drift velocity. This is denoted by Vd. Now let us calculate what is drift velocity. For this, you consider a conductor. The area of cross section of this conductor is A. In this, I have taken an element. Let us consider electrons or charge moving from one position to another position through this conductor. We consider N is number of charges per unit value. That is the number of charges that present in unit value, which is called charge density. Let us consider Vd is the drift velocity of electrons. In 1 second, they travel a distance Vd, and I am considering the length of this element is Vd. Now what is the volume of this element? This one. Yes, A into Vd. N is number of charges in unit volume. Now what is the number of charges in this volume? So number of charges in taken volume, this is equal to N into A into Vd. If Q is the charge of each charge carrier, then the charge present in this is N into A into Vd into Q. This is the total amount of charge. This is crossing through this unit volume in unit time. Therefore, this is nothing but charge by time, which is nothing but current. That is the expression for electric current in terms of drift velocity, I equal to N into Q into A into Vd, where N is the charge density, number of charges per unit volume, Q is the charge of each charge carrier, A is the area, Vd is the length for unit time. So drift velocity, this is equal to I divided by NQA. This is the expression for drift velocity. Now let us calculate the drift velocity of electrons in a copper wire due to flow of 1 ampere current having area of cross section 10 power minus 6 meters square. For copper, the charge density 8.5 into 10 power 28 per meter cube. This is experimental value. If I substitute the values of I, N, Q, A, N is This I is 1 ampere. A is 10 power minus 6 meters square. And what is Q? Charge. Charge of each charge carrier. Charge of electron. If you substitute all these values, we get drift velocity is 0.07 millimeters per second. Now from this, what you can understand? The electrons are moving very slowly. But when you switch on the circuit, immediately bulb close. How it is possible? This is due to potential difference. PD means potential difference connected to the circuit. Source applies potential difference. Already we discussed when a conductor connected in a circuit, this battery, it applies some electric field. This electric field makes all electrons to move in a specific direction. Because of this electric field, we are getting electric current. Now, what is the direction of electric current? We know the expression for electric current, I equal to NQAVD. No doubt, N is positive, A is positive, drift velocity is also positive. Suppose if I take charge is electron, Q is negative. So I am getting the value of I is negative. What it indicates? The direction of electric current is opposite to the flow of negative charges. Suppose if I take charge is positive, then I get I is positive. From this I can understand the direction of current is in the direction of flow of positive charge. Therefore, the direction of current is taken in the direction of flow of positive charge. Where do electrons get energy for their motion? Yes, that is due to potential difference. That potential difference is given by the source. And before going to the discussion about electric potential difference, let us understand what is the meaning of potential difference. You know water flow. How water flows? Yes, from highest point to lowest point. You take any material. In general, the matter flows from highest position to lowest position. And we know that the height is more means it is at higher gravitational potential. This is lower gravitational potential. In general, we can consider flow is from high potential to low potential. The same thing is applicable for electric current. Electric current also flows from high potential to low potential. In general, positive terminal is considered to be at high potential, negative terminal low potential. The electric current is from positive terminal to negative terminal. For this flow, what happens inside the conductor? That we discuss. Now this is the conductor. I applied an electric field. And this is the electric field. Due to this electric field, the charge carriers, they experience some force. Suppose if I take a positive charge here, it experiences the force in this direction if it is positive charge. If I take a negative charge, then it experiences the force in opposite direction. Due to this force, it is accelerated. The force moves this charge from one position to another position. That means electric field does some work to move free charge in a specific direction. Now what is work done? Work done by electric field is nothing but force into distance. If I consider L is the length of this conductor. Now work done on unit charge. This is FEL by Q. And this is nothing but potential difference. Now what is potential difference? Potential difference is nothing but the work done on unit charge. Simply I can say potential is an energy level. It is at higher energy we can consider, it is at lower energy. Whatever the energy difference is there, that is the potential difference, higher potential, lower potential. That potential difference is nothing but, that energy difference is nothing but work done in moving the charge from one end to another end. This potential difference is also called voltage. The SI unit of potential difference is volt. This is denoted by V. Now, what is the direction of current in terms of potential difference? Yes, the direction of current in terms of potential difference is from higher potential to lower potential. In our previous classes, we studied about electrolysis, electroplating. Have you remember this? When electric current is allowed to pass through fluids, cations, that is positive ions, anions, that is negative ions, they move in opposite direction. When they move in opposite direction, one electric field is applied. Suppose this is positive plate and this is negative plate. I applied electric field. Positive ions move in this direction, negative ions move in this direction. To get conduction in fluids, motion of both positive and negative charges required. But in case of a metal, positive ions are fixed. Only electrons are moving. That is, only the charge flows because of motion of electrons. If this is given positive charge, this is given negative charge. Electron moves from negative charge to positive charge. Positive charge moves from positive charge to negative charge. The direction of current is considered from positive to negative. Suppose if a positive charge moves from A to B, the work done per unit charge is positive. This is for positive charges. For negative charges, yes, it is negative. Simply we can consider A is at a higher potential, B is at lower potential. Electrons moves from low potential to high potential. Current flows from high potential to low potential. Now the question is, when this potential difference is constant, then only we get continuous electric current. The question is, how does a battery maintain a constant potential difference between two terminals? That is, simply, it is nothing but how a cell or battery works. Already we studied about cells. A cell consists two terminals. One is positive terminal, another is negative terminal. In this, a material will be filled, which is electrolyte. This electrolyte consists ions. These ions experiences some force due to this electrolyte. All cations, anions, they move in specific direction. Initially, we have no charge, but when electrolyte exerts constant force on ions, all positive ions will move to one plate, all negative ions will move to another plate. Or I can say all positive charges accumulate on one plate, all negative charges accumulate another plate. The force on these ions is chemical force due to electrolyte. As a result, one plate becomes positive, another plate becomes negative. When both plates are sufficiently charged, ions experience force in opposite direction. Initially, plates have no charge. Now ions, they accumulated on these two plates. This gets positive charge. This gets negative charge. Because this is positive plate, this negative charge will experience force towards this. This is negative plate. Positive charge experience force towards this. That is, when both plates are sufficiently charged, ions experience force in opposite directions. Now this force is electric force. And this electric force is opposite to chemical force. And the magnitude of force depends on amount of charge accumulated on the plates. Now this is the working of a battery. It is clear that when there is no charge on the plates, they experience chemical force. If some charge is accumulated on these plates, they experience electric force. But in this case, the chemical force is balanced by electric force. There will be no motion of charges. The amount of charge accumulated on the plates depends on the nature of chemical used in the battery. Now the question, what happens when the battery is connected in a circuit? When the battery is connected to a circuit, a potential difference is created between the ends of the conductor. This potential difference set up an electric field through the conductor. Already we discussed. The direction of electric field is from positive terminal to negative terminal. We know that the conductor contains a large number of electrons. The electrons near the positive terminal, this is positive and this is negative. This contains a large number of electrons. The electrons near the positive terminal of the battery, they are attracted by it and start move towards positive terminal. As a result, the amount of positive charge on the plate decreases. Why? Because electrons are coming. The electrons are coming. They are attracting towards positive charge. The net positive charge on this plate will decrease. So electric force becomes weaker than chemical force. The chemical force pulls negative ions from positive plate and makes them to move towards the negative plate. The negative terminal pushes one electron into the conductor because stronger repulsion between the negative terminal and negative ion. Hence, the total number of electrons in the conductor remains constant during the current flow. The above said process continues till equilibrium attained between chemical force and electric force. Now, what is electromotive force? When the ends of the conductor are connected to the terminals of a battery, the electrons in the conductor move with a drift speed from negative terminal to positive terminal because of the electric force acting on them. At the same time, negative ion of equal amount of charge moves from positive terminal to negative terminal against the electric force because of the chemical force. Here some chemical energy is spent to move ion in the battery. It means an amount of work is done by the chemical force. Let us assume that the work done by the chemical force to move the negative charge Q from positive terminal to negative terminal against the electric field is W. And also assume that the magnitude of chemical force is equal to magnitude of electric force. The work done on negative charge by the chemical force is chemical force into distance, where d is the distance between the terminals. The work done by chemical force to move 1 coulomb charge from positive terminal to negative terminal, that is given by W by Q, F C D by Q. We know that chemical force is electric force, so we get the work done is FED by Q. Already we know that W by Q is potential difference. W by Q is work done by the chemical force on unit negative charge to move from positive terminal to the negative terminal. This is called EMF. Generally, EMF is defined as the work done by the chemical force to move unit positive charge from negative terminal to positive terminal of the battery. To measure potential difference or EMF, we use a device which is called voltmeter. This is used to measure the potential difference or EMF. It is always connected parallel to the electric devices. When a battery in torch is used for several weeks, the light from its bulb becomes dim. We say that battery or cell in the torch is discharged. What does it mean? When it is used for longer time, the internal resistance of the battery increases. This affects the electric current. About this we discuss later.